I've lived in China almost all my life. When I first crossed the border into mainland China, Deng Xiaoping was still in power, and the border crossing was used mainly for trucks, transporting rice and vegetables. Don't remember much of that day. A lunch that was difficult to hold down, soldiers on every street corner, and a constant feeling of being out of place. Everything was different, everything was strange. And even now, some 30 years later, on some days, it still very much is. Join me as I embark on an epic journey to crisscross the back roads of China in an effort to learn more about this vast land and its rich history. I considered starting my journey in Beijing, literally meaning the northern capital. It is the political center of China and seems like an appropriate place for a start. But what about the southern capital, Nanjing, one of the four great ancient capitals of China? Nanjing has been one of China's most important cities for over 1,000 years. And then there are of course Xi'an, Luoyang, Kaifang, and other historical capitals. I decided to take a different approach and start in one of the poorest and least developed provinces in China. One of the provinces that even old China hands may have trouble placing on the map. I'm starting my journey to crisscross the back roads of China in a place I believe defines China in ways these other cities may not. The capital of a province where Tao first originated, where ceramics were first produced, a city where the People's Liberation Army was formed, and where the first shot of the Chinese Civil War was fired. City of heroes, of exiles and revolutionaries. The city of southern prosperity. Nanchang. During my journey through the city and prefecture, I will visit the streets where the first shots of the deadly Chinese Civil War were fired. I will drive through the city where another civil war, and the bloodiest in human history, finally ended. And where a 14-year-old godchild, the nephew of Jesus Christ himself, was tied to a stake and put to death by 1,000 cuts. But first things first, let's go visit an abandoned train station.